Hey everybody, it's Jen Morgano with Cardamom by Jen Morgano. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. I live on Long Island in the state of New York. Thanks for joining me today. I am using some of the new July online exclusives to make some fun cards. It is July, but I'm looking forward to the cooler weather. So I thought of Christmas, right? This card is sort of kind of cute. It's using the Jar of Joy, which is an online exclusive. Back in May, the other jar set came out with this punch that had things like birthday candles and things like that. This is a Christmassy version, so you can do gingerbread. And you did this class, this card in a stamp camp, so I showed them you can do gingerbread. You can do a little snowman, or just wishing you the sweetest Christmas. We decided to do Gingy because it's cute. So let me give you the measurements of what you'll need, and let's make this card. It's a quick one, but it's cute. You'll start with some thick basic white cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, then you're going to need a scrap of basic white that is at least 2.5 inches tall. That'll give you enough wiggle room for our jar. Then you're going to need a piece that is 1.5 wide. Is it 1.5? Yeah. 1.5 by 4. And then a piece of Real Red Designer Series paper. That is, oh boy. That is 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. And you're going to need a piece of shaded spruce that's cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using the awesome corrugated folder. It reminds you of like a washboard. So you're going to take that shaded spruce, again 4 by 5 1/4, and run that through the corrugated, and you're just going to simply glue that on the front. So let's do that. Just throwing things around. Okay, just mount that right on the front of your card. You can take your Real Red. I really like this design. We were commenting on it, class, Carol and I, that it's just a fun pattern. It's not specific to anything. There's no stripes, flowers, it's just color. Okay, and then we'll glue that to the card front, right towards the middle there. Give us a nice border. Okay, so let's stamp our jar. I'm going to do that using Memento and Tuxedo Black. There you go. Then I used Early Espresso and Crumb Cake for the gingerbread. So there are 2 stamps for the gingerbread. One is the outline that you'll do in a darker color, and then the fill-in, which we'll use the lighter color. So I'm going to do the Early Espresso for the outline. Okay, just line it up on the inside. Okay, and then we'll come in with the crumb cake. There we go. Okay, and then we'll punch this out. Then I'll use a scrap of foil paper, silver foil, to cut the top out. You can also, of course, there is a stamp. You can stamp it and cut it out. I thought that the silver would be cute. cover this ink up. And then just put a small line of glue at the top to put our lid on. And you have your little jar of gingerbread. Okay, and you can either glue that, I have some dimensionals right here. Do that. Okay, and the last thing that we're missing is our sentiment. Sentiment? I'm making up words. Sentiment. So I had a scrap of basic white that is a 1/2 inch by about 4. Very simple. And there's 2 long sentiments you can use. May your heart be filled with joy and sending a jar full of cheer. I'm going to go with sending a jar full of cheer because it's cute. I'm going to stamp that in shaded spruce. Okay. And then I'm just going to take a pair of snips and cut on an angle. Oh, come on. Up and up, and then we'll adhere that using some dimensionals as well. I did tie some bows using some gold trim, so we can put that down first, or a glue dot on that, or you can kind of put it behind one of your dimensionals and pop that on the card front. How cute is that, right? Really fun, really simple. Perfect. I would love to get this card in the mail. Guys, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit that red subscribe button down below. Also, I'll put links to my other social media pages, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my blog. Please check those out if you like. I'll also put the link to the blog with the instructions written out, as well as the measurements and the products that I used. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day and you get to do something crafty. Bye-bye.